You've reached call in Mockery.
Welcome back to lunch break. Wait, Colin Mockery. I was trying to do something fun just to lighten it up.
But you just took a little trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
And our old fans were getting that famous tingle.
They're saying, oh, it's the PD tingle.
Mm-hmm. It's the PD tingle. Oh, watch out. Hey, okay, check this out. Pretend you're the Arby's drive-through window.
Arby's?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, well, Arby's, what'd you like?
Hey, can I get a order of curly fries?
Whoa. Oh, actually, we're out of the curly fries.
What? We can't go on, baby, with no curly fries. So...
Is this who I think it is?
No, it's Harry Styles.
That's who I thought it was.
We can't go on, baby. I'll pull up to window number 2. Hey, why is there 2 windows sometimes?
Well, yeah, go ahead and pull up to window number 2.
What about window number 1? And why do sometimes I have to pay at window number 1, but my food's at window number 2?
That's how it used to be in the before times.
Oh.
But now window number 1 is just a storage unit for all of our extra cups.
Hey, I wondered when I drive through, I just see stacks and stacks of cardboard.
Yeah, that's me.
Now I'm going to drive real slowly because I got a Nepo baby on board.
Oh, no. Who is it?
Oh, no. Rick. Rick Presley.
Oh. Shoot.
Don't check the date of this episode coming out. We can't go on, baby, with the curly fries.
You know what's so funny about that?
Ha ha ha.
What? Elvis is still alive.
Elvis has left the building. He didn't leave this earth, a-holes.
Elvis did not go home. Wait, Elvis did not die. He just went home. Name that movie. Name that movie right now. Do it. Do it. And then name that movie. Do it.
Bubba Hotep.
Yep.
Both are Bubba Hotep.
Both are from Bubba Hotep.
I thought...
I can't wait to see Bruce Campbell get mad at all the people that ask questions when he comes to town.
Mm-hmm. How big your chin?
Bigger. That's... Wait, do it again.
How big are your chin?
That's what your mother was asking me last night.
Yes! Bruce Campbell's king! He hates us!
He hates us! He hates us! He hates us!
Are you going to do Ash again?
That's what I did to your mother last night.
He hates us! He hates us!
All these people are sheep.
Yeah.
And all these sheep are people. It's a Twilight Zone episode.
We love it. We love it when our heroes are kind of mean to us.
I'd rather them just be mean. Mm-hmm. I don't want the fake baloney gahoni that I get when I go to and I meet them. They're like, oh yeah, oh you do love me. Oh, that's so sweet. And then they go on a podcast and they tell about how they hate lying to their fans about wanting to see them. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, people come up to me and say I influence them. And I'm like, so what? Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, well that's not what Roger Ailes said when I met him in person and finally got to congratulate him on all of his good work.
Yeah, when I met Audrey Hepburn, she was nothing but sweets and giggles. And then I heard her on, I think it was 3 Questions with Andy Richter. And he's like,
what do you think?
Well, okay, final question. She's like, you didn't ask me.
You never once
The other
asked
questions,
me.
he goes, what'd you learn, or what? Do you have advice, or what? And then she went, tell your fans you like them, but you actually think they suck balls.
Yeah, that's what I tell my fans. They always come up to me and say, where's Conan? I don't like Conan.
Every time he talks to anyone.
I'm trying to remember the theme song, but I can't, so I'm not going to sing it. You know when you go to a Target and there's a full-length mirror in the bathroom? Mm-hmm. And you maybe check yourself out after you've dried your hands just to make sure nothing's sticking out or, when you're going back out into the store.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's the first thing you do.
Yeah.
You ever have someone walk in while you're doing that so you have to run to one of the urinals to pretend like that's not what you're doing?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I used to have very long hair.
I used to have very long hair. I still do.
But
I used to too.
It'd be so easy. I know he's a genius, but come on.
What's the one I heard this weekend? Come on now. What's the one I heard this weekend? Come on, tell me the joke I heard this weekend.
Strategic grill locations.
Strategery. 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 Mission accomplished. Strategery.
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
So this is Colin Mockery. This is the
Yes.
show where we try not to go off the rails too often.
No.
We want to get you to your destination safely.
Unless you're flying Southwest, in which case your flight's been canceled.
And, oh, by the way, we do have your bag, and it's going to be coming to you, and we will make sure it gets there. Meanwhile, it's in some guy's a trailer in Bubba Hotep, Idaho.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear about this story where they they shipped the family dog to Saudi Arabia?
No.
That's what the headline said. It didn't inquire further, but
Sounds like a setup to a joke. Did you hear the one about the...
Did you hear the one where they shipped the family dog to Saudi Arabia? Mm-hmm. Boy, were his arms tired.
Shipped?
I'm shipping Nick and Jess.
I bet his feet were barking. And his mouth.
Yeah, that's good. Did you hear the one where the dog accidentally went all the way to Saudi Arabia? Yeah, I bet his feet were barking and his mouth. But you do wonder, like, how can we still be getting away with putting the dog in the crate, putting it underneath a plane where it's like not heated or anything? It's like you're in the sky. It's like negative 30 degrees or something, and then you accidentally get to Saudi Arabia.
Because whenever there's a human that has somehow they snuck into the undercarriage of the plane, it's a picture of them getting carried out in a cube of ice.
Yes, exactly.
Well, then your dog's down there. Let them on the plane. Let them all on the plane.
I guess, or just, I don't know.
I mean, don't fly with your dog.
Just drive, I guess.
Yeah.
If you really need little Fido to run on the beach, just drive Fido.
There's this, there's sort of the run, don't walk to go see Little Miss Sunshine and movies like that are out right now.
Yes.
I say drive, don't fly with your dog.
Fido.
Yeah. Hella Fido.
We have a few...
Sorry, I have a cold.
We have a few voicemails that we have to get to.
This is Colin Mockery. You call us 319-DUB-MIT. That's DUBMIIT. You call us. There's some mocking that will go on from your end or our end. If it is from your end, you will get destroyed double time. So be warned, beware.
Double time. Ciao.
Hey boys, it's me. Just kidding. It's Marc. Hold your applause. It was put out a couple weeks ago, beacon or Batman signal, if you will, if I had a gym teacher story to share. And I actually do.
Just to be clear, I don't think we specifically asked for him.
No.
You might want to screen this before the show, but probably too late. You're familiar with To Catch a Predator, I imagine.
I have no idea why we would.
I don't know what that
my
show
middle
is.
school gym teacher apparently frequented a chat site where he believed he was talking to teenage girls, but was in fact a police sting operation. Needless to say, they got him out of the school. We got a replacement gym teacher. who was also really, really weird. But I don't know. Nothing happened in real life as far as I know.
Yeah.
I believe I turned out okay.
Why did he immediately make it about him?
Yeah, I don't think anything happened in real life. I'm
fine.
I'm
though.
fine. He frequented sites where he thought he was talking to teenage girls. I'm fine though.
I'm fine. Obviously something more happened here.
Yeah.
And maybe he repressed it and it's not funny.
Well, it's either not funny or it's just one of these guys making it about themselves.
Yeah.
Saying he apologized, why don't we just all move on?
Right.
Still going to watch Channel 5, all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for asking.
Okay.
I don't remember asking. I don't remember what I had for lunch last week. Hell if I know.
Okay, so we actually have 2 more.
Oh. Okay, should we?
No, it's not 2 more.
Thank you for telling me.
This one is 2 minutes long.
Okay.
Let me scrub
Is
ahead.
someone breathing? How far is this into it?
1:19.
Is that it?
No, it's still going. Okay, now I'm scared. I thought it was a butt dial.
I hear breathing.
Me too.
Come on, what is this? The Ring, but in audio? You hear the message, and then you hear the message, you're going to get killed in 7 days.
What is this, Skinamarink?
Oh, Skinnamarink-a-dinky-dink. The scariest movie this side of the
I
Mississippi.
know. I want to see it. I know I'm going to go see it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to sit through an hour and a half of unwatchable bullshit.
That's what
You just know. You know.
the decision was being made in my very household, too, and it was either this is going to be so scary, it's going to be unenjoyable to go see.
Sure.
I'm worried to go see it. Or it's going to be It Follows was the scariest movie this decade.
Yeah.
And you're just going to... The house has no windows. Come on.
But the difference being It Follows at least looks like a movie. Mm-hmm. Everything I've seen of this looks like...
Yeah, you shot it in your house over the weekend, a camcorder.
Yeah, which can be very effective and very scary.
And it sounds like it has been for critics and fans of horror. Like, whoa!
But then I saw some people that I kind of follow and trust their opinion say like, I'm happy this movie is getting attention. It was not for me, and I tuned out after 20 minutes. And I was like, boy, I'll still go see it. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
So we've got one more message. I think we should listen to this one, and we will decide who we should probably get back to.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a fat 90-year-old?
Huh. So that was a question for us.
Hold on. Let me just make sure I understood.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a fat 90-year-old?
I dare say...
Well, Landon, first of
No,
all, we
you're right.
have to decide. We can't just answer his.
No. And I wouldn't. I would never...
Unless we pick his to answer, fine. If we pick this one to answer, we can answer it.
I'm not really interested in talking with Bill Maher again. We've done it enough. Even if, this might be someone else talking like Bill Maher.
I think it is him.
I think it's Bill Maher.
And he's always doing this. He's trying to poke us into getting into some sort of hot water.
It's from the beginning of our time podcasting. Mm-hmm. And I know this for a fact. Go back and check the tapes. From the very beginning, he has nosed his giant nose into our business, and I won't have it anymore.
You'd think someone like that would have something better to do, but I guess not. When you've just got a writer's room. We don't have a writer's room feeding us controversy. We create controversy ourselves. We are the puddle. Sorry.
We are the walrus.
No.
Oh.
That's Paul. We are the rock that creates the waves.
The waves. That's John.
That's Ringo.
That's George. All right, let's answer the first one.
Okay.
What was the question?
There was no question. I guess
right.
we had talked about you had a stupid gym teacher. And so he decided to let us know that he also had a stupid gym teacher of a different ilk. This ilk was one of the deranged.
It's pronounced elk, I think.
That's their mating call.
It is?
They're coming.
Wait.
Oh.
They're like they're on their way or they already went. If you know what
Baba boy.
Okay, so yeah, we were talking about my gym teacher who was an IDOT. That's someone who misspells idiot. You had a gym. No, did you have a gym teacher?
Did I have a gym teacher? No.
So we put a call out for anyone that has gym teacher stories.
Did I have a gym teacher story?
Call in.
Did I? Did I forget? Was it all a dream?
So this caller called in. I'm not sure who it was. I think just a longtime fan.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to. Let's try to get them on the horn.
We'll see.
Oh gosh.
We'll see. Why don't we just?
Well, I on that same note of sort of funny things that happen around the school system like that. I had a driving teacher. What do you call that? A driver's ed teacher?
Mm-hmm.
And he also went to jail for being a pedophile.
Yeah. Same. I had the same guy.
So this whole, hashtag save our children.
Good
BS,
guy too.
Yeah. I remembered that he was in his mid 50s and he would constantly wear the same shirt that was too small for him. That was just an all over print of $100 bills.
Yeah.
It was just all $100 bills with a big one in the middle and the front. And it was just the print was surrounded the entire shirt.
Yeah.
As if money.
He's made of money, I think was the idea.
Oh.
He was a DJ.
Uh-huh.
He lived with his mom, I believe. The one I had to, if we're going down this road, I might as well tell.
Yeah.
Okay. We were all supposed to drive together for our final drive to pass the course. I don't know if that was you. I don't know if it was with you.
No, I was not in
this
this
was
group.
a different group of friends. Okay, so I went to him and I said, I can't do it this day because I'm going to be out of town. He was like, that's no problem. We'll set up a different time. Told my friends that I was driving with, I'm not going to be here. That's fine. So while I'm out of town, I get 18 calls from this guy. This is highly irresponsible. Like leaving me voicemails. I can't believe you're not here. You're supposed to be here for the driving test. I can't believe that you're not. My friends are texting me like, he's really pissed. Where are you? I was like, I told all of you.
They didn't. They also didn't.
They were on his side. They're like, dude, he's mad. It's like, yeah, no, I'm mad. I'm on vacation. I'm listening to voicemails of a 50-year-old yelling at me for not writing down in his journal that I wasn't going to be there. You're an idiot.
If you kill one innocent civilian. Well,
then I had to drive with him alone, which was, looking back, is now a harrowing sort of experience.
We drove through a part of the neighborhood that was, I'll just say, a little bit lower class. You know what I mean? You're driving through the area of town that's a little bit
Yeah, your neighborhood.
Lower.
What? Come on.
So we drive through the neighborhood, and he goes,
I get all the merch money.
roll your windows up. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, we're not going to try to parallel park in this neighborhood. Like as if we were going to get our hubcap stolen.
At 3 p.m. Bright sunny day out. Well, the last memory I have of him was we were going to a gas station. We had to drive somewhere that was like an hour away on the interstate to prove that we could drive or whatever. Which now seems also like, we really have to be an hour away? Anyway. The whole time we were listening to Casey Kasem Top 40 radio, and the top song was like Justin Timberlake or something from this time period because it's all reruns because Casey Kasem is dead.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, no. It was Ryan Seacrest.
Oh,
that
good.
was because he was mad. He was like, Casey Kasem just used to be, he was the voice of my childhood. He was so mad that Casey Kasem wasn't on the radio anymore. And then the top song was Justin Timberlake, and he flipped off the radio when it was announced. He was like, ugh, I just hate the modern music or whatever. And I was like, you're not cool.
Do you think you're both? You're going to be like, yeah, me too.
I wish it was Pink Floyd. What are you doing? Just shut up. I don't want to talk to you.
Well, and as we know with him, he loves his childhood.
Yeah.
He wish he could have stayed there.
He's the type that he's like, when you're 13, you see another 13-year-old and you're attracted to them. He'd never stop doing that.
He was then in his 50s.
Some people grow out of it. Other people don't.
He didn't.
And they should be arrested and jailed and flogged. Oh, flogging Molly.
Oh, I don't know if that's the right one. Hit it.
Hello.
Hey.
You're on the air with Colin Mockery.
No way.
Yep. Thank you for calling into our show.
Thank you so much for your message. We got your message.
Oh, I'm glad it was received. Was it received well?
Could your message be received well is more of the question.
Yeah. It was received, I felt, in a well.
Okay.
In that
so very echoey.
Yeah.
I just felt unwell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I felt made well because I'm a $150 pair of jeans.
I felt made right because I'm a
Loose meat.
I'm a 24-cent loose meat sandwich.
I felt never mind. All right. Mark, it is Mark, right?
Yes.
Now this is so interesting and funny because last week we talked to Mark.
Oh, I know it.
Oh, you did? You heard?
Yeah, I heard. And not only did I hear, I saw.
Wow.
Wow. So you're one of the 3 viewers.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Hey, can you explain why our Christmas episode got like 80 views in the first 3 days and none of the other ones do?
Oh, I think, it's just the magic of the holiday itself.
Yeah, you rewatched it a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, people just want Christmas content, and they say, well, I can't find any good Yule logs, so I guess I'll put on these guys.
I'll put on these tool logs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the whole family gathers around
They probably
to open presents? And that just accidentally starts playing after the 10-hour loop runs out.
it's going like, oh, Stinky the Elf is here. Hi there, buddy. The kids are crying.
The kids are crying. Yeah, that long song, like the 5.5-minute song that really didn't go over well.
Long Duck Song.
About the kids. So, but we're not here about that, Mark, because you bring to our attention a harrowing story
Yes.
of your gym teacher. So we listened to the voicemail. We have some questions.
We listen to the voicemail. We have questions.
Here are the top 12 questions we have after listening to Mark's voicemail. Do you like peanut butter and jellies?
Yeah.
Question number 2. Is it peanut butter jelly time?
All day, every day.
Yes.
Yes.
Finally someone gets it. Hey, question number 3. Do you have knowledge of Blippi?
I have no idea what that is. I just, I was like, well, these guys are having fun, so I guess I'll just laugh along.
Question number 4. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that?
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 5.
Yeah.
Did you know Mannheim Steamroller? Wait, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra or whatever. Did you know their debut album was a Christmas album?
I mean, it makes sense.
Question number 6. Is it easier to repair a tire when it has scraped the wall of the tire, or
Joey's now just looking around the room,
or when you roll over a nail? Which is easier to repair? Scrape side, punctured butt.
I'm gonna say probably just a nail puncture.
Very good.
I'm gonna try Joey's method. Question number 7. Have you had a pistachio latte from Starbucks?
Never once.
Would you like
Is it
to?
green?
No.
Yeah, they go, hold on a second, and then you see the guy run out the back, they rip their apron off, they get into a private jet, they fly to Chicago, they dip your cup into that river. From the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Hey, SpongeBob. Remember that show? Wait, hold on, don't answer that yet.
That's not.
And then they give
part
it
of
to you, and that's the pistachio latte.
Yeah.
What question are we on?
8.
8. Have you ever heard of SpongeBob?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Side tangent, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
For reasons that I can't get into on the show, for fear of Joey getting mad at me for bringing it up.
Uh-oh.
I spent some time this weekend alone in a hotel room for hours on end. No, Joey,
Oh.
come on. It's okay, buddy. Come on. I won't tell him why. But I was catching up on new to me, because I stopped watching when I was, 20. But new episodes of SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
They can't quite get it right. I'm sorry, maybe it's just the old man. The old man inside of me screaming at the stars or whatever, but it's just not the same.
Well, because now you've got the kids that grew up on SpongeBob. Now they're living out their dream and they're making SpongeBob. But what you're seeing is a version of SpongeBob that's based on SpongeBob.
Exactly. It's kind of a simulacrum of SpongeBob, the concept, rather than the heart SpongeBob for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sort of an idea of SpongeBob, whether other than just the heart of what it is.
It's the bicycle thief for children.
Landon doesn't know I just said what he said.
And Joey doesn't know that I just said what he said a week ago.
I am.
So what are we on, 9?
I think that was 9, right? Oh God! And our
Mark, was that 9 or?
Let's go with yes.
Okay, because he wants this.
He wants this to be over with. Well,
No, because once we get to 12, we're going to go backwards to 11 through 1.
Oh, it's Snake's back.
Yeah.
Okay. Never played
It's
that
Snake
way before.
Plissken's back.
Snake Plissken's back.
and
Did you hear how Plissken back got their name? It's because they went to the store and they spent one Snake Plissken, and they said, "Actually, it's free. So can I get my Snake Plissken back?" And then that's how we got the song. Look at this Plissken back.
every time I do it makes me lack.
How did our eyes get so Fred? And what the hell is on Joey's Fred?
Did you? Okay, this doesn't count. But do you think
Bonus.
when you hear that song by Nickelback and he says, "What the hell is on Joey's head?" Do you think of Joey from this show?
I didn't know that was a lyric.
Oh
yeah. Forgot that was an
I don't
option.
think I really get past every time I do it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
You are 2 stanzas away from hearing my name in a song on the literal radio.
Yeah.
Next time, just wait and you'll get goose pimples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so question 9. What did the teacher do to you specifically?
To me, absolutely nothing as far as I can remember.
Here's where it comes down to brass tacks. And no, that's
Okay.
not when you look at the etymology of the phrase brass tacks, it's not TAX. It's tax.
Oh, like thumbtacks.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you look at the edamame that's on the table, you're supposed to suck the peas out of it.
Yes.
Not just eat the whole thing, because that you're going to get a lot of fibrous strands in there.
And when you look at Eddie's mommy, you're not supposed to make sucking sounds. She doesn't like that.
And when you look at Eddie Money, you're just supposed
Baby,
to
hold on to me.
yes, you're just supposed to nod like I know you, I recognize,
And rest in proverbial peace.
yes,
I must
rest in
say,
perverted peace. But I'm getting my wires crossed. I may be talking about your ex gym teacher
that's right.
who's in the clinker. Clink.
Yeah, I think so. He just kind of was gone. And then I think we all just kind of assumed that some sort of legal thing was happening.
Sure.
But I have no idea.
Is it sort of a Catholic Church sort of deal where they just said, you know what, just go by Cardinal Crop Top, and we'll move you over to this school instead? No
Yeah.
one's the wiser. No one's gonna go. No one's looking at these kids' Zangas or whatever you had back then. When was this? 2 years ago. No one's looking
Yeah.
at. No one's going online checking this guy out. There's no way to do that now.
No.
No.
So
Yeah, I don't-
It's free. He's safe to do whatever he wants.
Shh, let him talk.
No, I have no idea what came of it, or if any students were questioned.
Eddie students.
It's possible, but as far as I know, nothing like that happened.
Because it seemed to me that you are either positioning yourself as a victim or you were a victim. I'm concerned that you have repressed something profoundly traumatic and it accidentally seeped through in your voicemail to us.
It is. When I was leaving that, it was one of those things where I had a thing that I like a story premise, and then halfway through leaving the voicemail, I said, "Oh my God, I have no idea how to end this, so I'm just gonna keep talking."
Sure. Well, okay, all right. Question 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, question 10. Are we living in the worst timeline?
I freaking hope so.
You freaking hope so.
Could you imagine it getting any worse?
That's true.
Oh man,
Because that means someone else in the multiverse or the simulation, honestly, is probably having a worse timeline. But if we have the worst timeline, we're kind of bearing the brunt.
that means Landon 1002 is living out his wildest dreams.
He's married to Lance Bass, and they're sailing the seas, and they're both singing me 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 me
me me me me me
me me me me me.
me 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 me.
This Christmas. I forgot to mention it's Christmas all the time. Where Landon 10.0 is, or whatever he said.
Do you think Lance Bass would rather be in space, or has he been to space in this scenario?
Well, he is a space cowboy,
Oh yeah.
so I think he's already been there.
Yeah.
He's doing the digital get down. It's Friday. He's getting paid. He, of course, has no strings attached. That includes his relationship with Landon 10.0 or whatever. There's no strings attached. They are allowed to get off the boat. They are allowed to kiss the women that work in the pubs on the shores.
Yes, me and Lance Bass will often be kissing women. But that's the thing in Earth 1002. Sexuality is nothing.
That's what, yeah.
People are just free. Relationships are all open because it's perfect.
I'm talking.
You can stick anything in whatever.
Sorry, light socket. Sorry, light socket. I mean, do you get what I'm going with this? Light socket.
Yeah, I get it.
I tell you what I want to do. I want to hump a light socket.
Question 11. What was weird about the guy that replaced the guy?
Okay, so this guy was an assistant wrestling coach for the high school.
So already
they said, sure, you can have it. And have you ever run into this situation where like teachers or adults will like swear around kids in order to
they're cool.
Try to seem cool?
Yeah, they're like, I don't give a shit about freaking homework.
Look, do your homework or don't do your homework.
I don't give an ass. And you're like, whoa.
And then you don't do the homework and you're like, well, I still have to give you a bad grade.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's the system, but it's still, it is up to me to give you a failing grade. But I don't give a shit. Anyway, yeah, so he's a cool guy.
So yeah, that was basically this guy's deal.
Hell
was
sounds cool.
Just like, throwing those around.
So that's what made him weird, or
yeah, or it just kind of like he was also old. I guess is it weird that gym teachers are old?
Hey man,
it's weird that he came in as sort of the new cool guy, because sometimes that's like the younger teacher. They're like, hey man, I teach gym, and they got to be like, I just played basketball with my damn bros outside.
Yeah. Well, here's what's interesting. The guy that my bad gym teacher that I had all those hilarious stories about, the guy that he replaced was an old guy. He finally retired.
I ran out of town.
But the stories of the old guy, when you're going into school and you're like, oh, he's awesome. You got to take gym. He just lets you play immediately. Or there will be fun days where he doesn't want to do anything, so he'll just sit and tell you stories about how he like killed people in Nam or whatever. It's like that sort of thing. So it sounds like he was the cool guy. He was the cool one. And frankly, we need more cool people. More cool people! Because there's not enough cool people. Cool people. Pelosi's husband, Nasty, is the last cool guy.
Punky Pelosi, I call him.
I think what he did was marvelous. When he did throw the shoe at George Bush.
Hey, why don't you shut the hell up, Jack? So Biden is kind of our cool teacher.
Biden is the cool teacher. Yes.
Because he comes out and goes, what the hell are you talking about, Jack?
And everyone cheers. And
then Trump says, I am your God, get him. And then they all tackle him and they rip his arms off one by one. It's Centipede Biden.
All right, question 12.
Question 12.
Actually, there is something interesting about the cool teacher, because I always also thought that the cool teacher was actually probably a bad guy.
Yeah.
Everyone else around you seems to be like, no, he's cool. It's like, but why is he trying to be cool to a 13-year-old? Mm-hmm. What's your angle here?
Well, I think nowadays they call this grooming.
That's right. That's right.
We didn't have a word for it back then, so we just said he's the cool guy.
Back then it was cool. It's true. But there was one in particular in high school that literally everyone, even this is a divisive topic in my house because there are certain people whom I live with that said, no, he was harmless. He was just cool because he was cool.
I can't wait to hear this is.
And I'm just like, no, he's not. He's not cool. He's not cool. What did he actually? Claims are that he actually was like, he actually taught us something useful. I was like, well, name one thing. Silence. You can't name a single thing that he did. because he was just walking around being too cool for the whole system. And
I know who this is.
Yeah, and it was odd that like it was always like the girls of the class that did sort of like, yeah, he's like, well, he's daddy.
I think
when he snaps his fingers, I hop too.
Yeah, there's something there. And I don't know. And he probably was harmless, but I think that he's a pedophile. I'm kind of the opinion that, I don't know, maybe you've seen the internet, but pretty much everyone is a pedophile. It's just true. Tom Hanks. Well, he got citizenship in Greece so that he can be a pedophile.
Such a pervy pedophile that he said, I'm Greece now. And he signed paperwork. He became a Grease man. It's it's the whole story of Grease Lightning. People think this is a harmless movie they can show their kids.
No.
You know what those girls are doing for that car? I'm not even going to say it.
I can't say it.
But there's a reason it's called Grease Lightning.
Yes.
Because you go to Greece and there's lightning. That's
here's a common phrase. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Tom Hanks' famous squeaky voice. What does he do? He gets the grease.
Yeah.
It's all tied together if you think about it.
What's actually dangerous about showing Grease to young children is that they think that they will end up being cool.
So they start to wear...
By being a theater kid.
Yeah.
They come to school and they're like, tell me more. And then people just...
Immediate...
Yeah, just lunch trays and...
just immediate punch in the head.
By the cool teacher. Because he has to remind you he's the cool teacher.
Look at this kid.
Give yourself a flushie. Give yourself a flushie. And they're like, what's a flushie? Because you forget this guy's 45.
Yeah.
He wants to be with the cool kids. They're like, all we know is dabbing and awesome saucing.
All right, well, give yourself an awesome saucing.
And they do.
They're like, okay, he's one of us. But the problem is also that you watch Grease and you're like, so in like 4 years, I will look like a 30-year-old and have infinite riz.
Yes.
Which is what the kids are calling charisma, I've found out. What do you think of that?
That's a new one.
Mark, question number 12. DeWalt Power Tools or DeWalt Disney?
You know,
by the way, there is a right answer.
I'm like Walt Disney as a person or as a artist.
DeWalt Disney as well. He's sort of more than that now. He transcends. He is a cultural icon. He is an idea. So take that into account when it's that versus the Power Tools.
And he's Mickey's daddy.
He has Riz. He's like walking through smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Make Bambi skinnier." And they're like, "Yes, sir, Daddy."
Yeah.
So think about that. Take a second. We are going to need an answer.
Well, with all that in mind, I'm going to have to say DeWalt Power Tools.
Mark, God.
I mean, if you really think about it, the house that Jack built,
yeah,
he did it with the power tools.
Yeah, the Von Trier movie.
Yeah, that's sick freak.
I want you to make house.
You know what, Mark? Oh, God, I hate. I literally hate to do this to you because we were so close. It was question 12. You almost won the big jackpot.
Oh no!
But I hate to tell you that you answered it right.
You're a millionaire. You're a millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire, Joe? You want to be a millionaire.
You answered all 12 questions right, just like every other episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. 12 questions, okay? 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 We love it. We love doing the stuff. It's me, Regis Trump-Filman. I'm some sort of sick psycho. They made me in a lab somewhere by Pinky in the brain. Pinky said to the brain, oh, you should make something that's for the whole family, but could run the whole country. He thought about it. He thought about it long and hard, long and hard. Ladies, don't get any ideas. Oh, God. And you just won $1 million. $1 million.
Is Regis still with us?
Regis, are you still with us? Hold on, my brain's split down the middle, so sometimes I have to go to the other side. Yes, it's me, Regis.
Regis, I have to ask, if you were to commit an act of armed violence in public, what would happen?
What would happen?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, me and with things like armed rifles, handguns and stuff. I'm such a small person that the blowback from a gun is like this. It's like the scene from so small. It's like the scene from Men in Black where he's got the little gun, but it blows him back. That's what happens to me. I try to blow off your head. I blow off my own head. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. But to answer your question, if I had a noisy cricket, I could shoot a man in the middle of New York. and I wouldn't even lose any customers.
Bob Crack Goldthwait's in there too.
You know what I did notice though? Bill Maher does sound like Trump.
Yeah.
He hates the guy, but he is the guy.
I really don't like him.
Okay, look. Listen, honey. If you don't want to talk to me, okay, then you don't want to. There's certain mannerisms if you watch Bill Maher, and I know you do, Mark. You will notice that he's kind of Trumpian in the way that he speaks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's just mansplaining personified.
Ah, thank you for saying that.
He called into the show. You got to listen to this episode.
That's right. You weren't here for that.
You got to listen to this episode because he called in earlier, and you're going to like what he has to say.
Okay, I'll be sure to watch it later.
Oh, yes. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. Says every video ever. I'm tired of it. I want to see why my editing program doesn't work. That's it. I don't need to see every time you put out a video, it's like, here's 10 different ways that you can take pictures of women's feet without them noticing. Wild thing. Wiki feet, wiki feet, wiki feet.
Hello, guys. So we're here. Before I get into this, I just want to remind you that we do have a Skillshare page. And if you go to Skillshare, make sure to type in WikiFeet as offer code, and you will get the...
But first, coffee. Well, now that I've had my coffee, now let's talk about how you can change the light bulb in your... What are we doing here? This is why I love TikTok, because I see 5 seconds of something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the video is, and I don't know what the outcome is. That's what I want. I want to see someone that's like this guy, and they're pointing at someone who's just walking across the street, and then the video restarts. That's what I want to see. And then people are commenting on it saying, Shugi, Riz. They all get what's going on.
They get it. Well, Mark, this leads me to question 13. Have you been watching anything?
Oh, sure. I'm always out for new content.
Skinamarink. I hope he says that.
You know, this last weekend, I just lived on HBO Max.
Oh, he was breathing at the HBO air.
You were watching the new Velma show, weren't you? So that you could make a think piece about it and put it on YouTube and get a bunch of views because it's just talking about how much you hate it.
Yeah. The backlash on that show, I tell you, who saw that coming?
The backlash on that is almost as bad as the backlash on Snake Plissken's back. Snake Plissken. What was it?
The Snake Plissken backslash. Snake Plissken // Velmer show. Go to Snake Plissken //
Velma. Okay, so you didn't watch Velma because you don't stand with because you're not an ally. Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
So, what did you watch on HBO Max
I watched
before they take it off unceremoniously?
And delete the
that's a
file.
good point.
Bleep.
You got him. I watched Murders at Starved Rock.
No.
I'm so hungry.
What are you?
I'm a rock.
What?
I'm starving.
Someone murdered themselves on me.
Murder? What?
Okay, so what is this, a docuseries? I think I've seen this.
Yes, this is 3 episodes.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting because when the
kind of.
murder first happened,
Yeah.
the prosecutor in the case was trying the suspect, and then now his son, years later, is now making a documentary about this as to whether or not they actually got the right guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So,
sort of, parents and their kids are always opposite. They're always tug-of-warring with each other. I want meatloaf. I want steak and grits.
I want meatloaf. I want steak and grits. Meow mix, give me all the shit.
So for this guy to put someone in jail, his kid's like,
I don't think you put the right guy in jail.
And his dad's like,
he's like, oh, I'm a professional. I'm a professional.
yeah. God, maybe I did watch this. Did I watch this, Mark?
I'm going to say you probably did.
I feel like I did, or I watched a very long trailer where it's like, because the guy has white hair.
Yes. The
Yep.
documentarian, yes.
Oh, wait. I was thinking the old guy. I was thinking his dad.
His dad was bald with white hair.
Okay.
What you just said, Mark, does not make sense.
That is your second. That's the second demerit against you right now, okay? I'm not going to tell you which one was the first, but you have one left.
If I was playing Guess Who with you, your board would be in the ocean. Does he have white hair? Yes. Okay, so then he's probably not bald. Yes.
He's bald with white hair.
I just flip everything down at that point. No,
so
I'm going to bed.
He had a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, he had a horseshoe,
Yes,
as they say.
thank you.
A Costanza.
Did you know he was supposed to be 30?
Speaking of,
He was?
I don't know. I saw it on the internet.
cul-de-sac,
Okay,
Costanza.
was it good?
He was in the pool.
Yeah, this was a pretty good time.
Yeah, Mark, I'm so sorry. I just heard what Joey's cooking up over here, and it made me laugh.
Well, if you're going to talk about cul-de-sac and Costanza in the same line, someone's got to say he was in the pool.
Oh, jeez.
All right, go on.
Was it good?
with your
Tell
bad
me,
self?
please.
Yeah,
your bad
this
self?
was good. There were a lot of natural twists in this. About halfway through each episode, you're like, "No, I'm pretty sure they got the right guy," and then, "Oh, wait, no, maybe he did not do it." And they managed to do that pretty naturally throughout the whole thing.
I love that.
I like natural twists. I don't like this sort of nip tuck situation to get all these.
Yeah.
Yeah. When a girl
If
walks
Ryan
in
Murphy's
with a
a part of
twisty
it,
waist.
I'm probably gonna skip.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And you know that we're anti-Murphy on this podcast.
Yes. He is also a bald guy with white hair.
This is kind of true. Okay, what else did you watch over on HBO Max? I'll have to. Well, I will check that out because I think I've seen it, but maybe I didn't. Obviously, I don't remember it, so I'll watch it again.
I did a rewatch of Sin City.
Whoa.
The dirty movie with the dirty people?
Yeah, everyone's all black and white, but being
Yeah.
dirty.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
They're
when
all
you-
talking
yep.
cool with
Yep.
these smoky voices to the camera all the time.
Yeah.
I went down to the shop and she wasn't there. She's never there anymore. She used to be there, but now she's not there. This city, Sin City, my home, my grave, my coffin.
Stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
And there's some red in there, I think.
Yeah, they really want to make sure that you see that there's blood on these people's faces.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I think I liked it better the last time I watched it. I watched the uncut version this time, or the
Sounds like
unrated
a gym teacher.
version.
Uh-huh.
And I think they must have put it a little bit out of order because it started with the Clive Owen storyline, and I don't think that's the case for the normal one.
Interesting. So the director's cut, if we may call it that, to be so bold, Rodriguez is mixing things up. He says, I don't want it to start with Hellboy smoking big stogie, doing the thing.
Yeah.
Don't remember anything about the movie.
There's like one scene in particular that I remember, but I won't speak about which one it is.
I remember the one that I have as the wallpaper on my computer and my iPad and my phone. But I will not no details. Is it because, do you think you liked it better the last time also because everyone was like, whoa, they can do that with movies, and now it's just sort of, oh, you can do that with a filter?
Yeah, I think you've talked about this on your previous show with Robert Rodriguez about how everything's just green screen, but just really bad. But for this one, I don't know if it's the black and white, but something about it, it just seems to be working.
It's stylistic, of course, after the graphic novel called by the same name of Sin City.
Now, did you watch the second?
A Dame to Be Killing
I have not
For?
seen. I have not seen that one. No.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, me neither.
So they're not going to make 3 through 7 now, probably.
No, I think they heard that James Cameron was doing that. So.
Hey, did you see that new movie where the blue people are taking back the world from the white people?
I mean, are you talking about Dances with Smurfs?
But did you see it?
No.
Yep.
Did you watch anything else?
That's the big stuff that comes to mind.
That is big stuff.
Yeah.
Huge. Remember? When Regis used to say that
Yep.
to Kelly.
Yeah.
What? They were the best pairing.
Yeah.
Kathy Lee never did anything for me. I'm just going to say it. Okay?
Kathy Lee Clifford, the big red dog?
Yes. Listen, honey, if you're going to be the same age as Regis, at least bring something different to the table. Okay?
He can, but if
when
there's
Kelly got the show, she at least brought a youthful energy that I could take my eyes off of. Wait, that I couldn't take my eyes off of.
and the audience is like, woo-hoo-hoo, woo-hoo-hoo.
That's what it's come to over there at Real Time.
Yeah, it's scary over there.
Joey, did you watch anything?
God, did I watch anything? Did we talk about Spirited?
I don't think we did.
Mark, did you watch this little new Christmas classic called Spirited?
I have heard about it, but have not seen it.
That's okay. Here's my thoughts on Spirited. And
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to finally say it because Christmas is over.
Go ahead.
I'm not in the mood to kiss everyone's big Santa boots.
Oh,
The movie would be good without the songs.
oh my God.
The songs were nothing.
Here's what's wrong with Joey, though.
It's a funny movie, and then they cut to like, I work all day, and at night I sleep. And it's just,
Do you like musicals?
if they're good.
You don't. You don't like musicals, and that's fine.
But
You can't watch a musical and say this would be better without the silly music.
But it would because the movie's funny.
It's not.
The movie's funny.
The movie's whatever. The
Because
music.
you have Will Ferrell, and he's like, oh, a full for nutter. He doesn't say that, but he says something he says stuff that's as funny as that.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts these songs that are nothing. They don't relate to anything.
Yes, they do. You know what's interesting about Spirited, though? It's like 2.5 hours or something. Enough with this stuff, guys. but then you they do the credits, and then in the credits they show the best song that they cut from the movie.
That has the most work.
It has the most
entire
work.
choreography.
It's the catchiest. It's also funny. Like there's a joke in the song, which none of the other songs have jokes in them for some reason.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, but they're still good Christmassy songs.
I don't remember a single.
They're still
thing.
good musical songs. They're good musical songs. They're good pop songs.
If that's the best musical song that you can show me, I never want to hear.
I'm not saying it's the best. I'm just saying it's not my favorite movie ever made. I'm just saying that
It's not.
No.
Oh.
What else did you watch?
God, what else? Mark, help me rack my brain here. What else has come out recently? What
Did you watch Megan?
No.
Oh, it's a pretty good time.
So you saw Megan, but you didn't tell us about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's that? That's a pretty big one, buddy.
Is it making movies fun again?
It is. I had a fun time at this. Something happens in a scene that made me
No
and
way.
the people I was with just roll over laughing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see Babylon?
No.
I tried to, and it's already out of theaters.
Well, people don't want to see it.
But leave it in theaters for more than 2 or 3 weeks or whatever.
No, they got Megan and Skinamarink to put in now.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah, Skinamarink is why I had to change my underwear before I came over here.
speaking of docu-series I did watch, on the recommendation of a friend who I am no longer speaking to, I watched a docu-series called Don't Pick Up the Phone on Netflix. Have you guys seen anything about this?
Don't pick up the phone. Don't pick up the phone.
I don't think so.
There was a movie called Compliance, I believe, like a horror movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
I think it's the premise of this thing that actually happened that this docuseries is about. But as I was watching, I was like, I think there was a movie about this that I wanted to see but never did. But anyway, the premise is there was some pervert who was calling fast food places and basically acting like he was some authority figure like the police or like a branch manager or whatever at McDonald's, and getting the manager on duty to strip search his employees or her employees, and to like up to the point of like sexually assaulting them. And
the original title for this was Pervert.
Oh, really?
Hunting the Strip Search Caller. So that's very on the nose. Which
is like it's an interesting story, obviously, and like they never find the guy. They think they do, but basically there's a point in which one of the guys investigating completely ruins the whole thing, and he doesn't have any self-awareness that he messed it up. And it's just so frustrating as a viewer to be like, you could have got him. If you really think it was this guy, that's your fault. And he's like, finally at the end, he's like, yeah, maybe I could have done things a little differently. But it's like, no, you should have done things differently. This is why no one trusts you guys. You can't even get the pervert who's calling McDonald's to make them do sex acts on people. But also it is funny because you're kind of like they're talking about like the guy's lawyer was like, there's no proof that he did this. You literally can't, like, there's no way that anyone could ever say that someone did this, which is kind of true. And if you did arrest someone for potentially like calling someone and just convincing them to do crimes against someone else, what precedent does that set?
Yeah. What are you getting them on?
Well, and like, because most of the people that did like, sexually assault people, they also went to jail, but they're like, I didn't do anything. I was just following orders. It's like, well, you don't, how can you, it's just one of those things where you realize like most of the population is stupid.
Yeah.
So like if anyone told me I had to violate someone else, I would just simply say no. At least I'd like to think I would.
Yeah, like, well, why don't maybe you should come here and
Yeah, the police is on the line and they want me to strip search. I don't know how to do that. Why don't you come and do it? Or go to the police station. I don't know. It's just one of those things where you watch it and you're like, nothing was resolved.
Mm-hmm.
It made me hate everyone involved. They told it in a like really not compelling way. Also, it was just a waste of 3 hours.
I watched the
But check it out. I would like to discuss it with someone.
and Mark, do you have to go somewhere?
No, I'm just
Okay,
chilling.
good. Okay, good.
Okay, great.
I remembered a couple things I watched.
Yes.
But this reminds me of I watched the Jerry Falwell documentary
Yes.
of the dirty, dirty sex man and the pool boy and his naughty, naughty wife.
Yes.
Mark, are you aware of this story?
I am not. I know who Jerry Falwell is, but that's about it.
So basically,
Yeah, he's the guy who's on the poster in your bedroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Got him.
Are we recording this?
Yeah, we got him.
Okay. Whoop, whoop. So Jerry Falwell, of course, owns the Liberty University,
Yes.
the big Christian campus.
Liberty Bibberty.
He earns Liberty Bibberty. And his wife met a young little pool boy, and she said, "Come back to my room." And so he goes back to her room, and then she's like, "My husband wants to watch us bong around." So of course he gets caught up in this sort of dirty, nasty sex scandal.
He gets cucked.
Jerry gets cucked, but he likes it, which people don't seem to get.
People don't know that
When people go, "You're a cuck," they're like, it's like, if that's true, that guy's having a great Christmas because that's what he likes.
Yeah.
Your insults mean nothing. The word beta means nothing to me. Stop calling me that in the comments on the YouTube videos. But if you find out this guy that runs this big religious university likes watching his wife go to Dirty Town with young studs.
Used to be called Pound Town, but they changed
Yeah.
names after new leadership took over.
Well, they used to call it Cougar Town,
Well, yeah.
but
Then they went to TBS, I think, for a while.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, so it's a whole thing. And of course, this guy keeps saying, I was 21, she was a cougar, who's not going to do that? And you go, okay, I get it. And then you just feel bad for the guy. But it's told in a way that, yes, it is an insane story. And then it leads into Jerry Falwell is one of the reasons Donald Trump gets elected president. Because he has such this power he invites him to the school to talk, and he's meeting this pool boy.
The Trump is?
Trump meets the pool boy. There's a picture of them together. They also talk about, for some reason, at the beginning of the documentary, they talk about how when the kid was 15 or something, he was addicted to video games. And his sister's like, it was hard on all of us.
What the hell?
And like the music behind all of it is so just like, and it's like, you should be talking about this on this level that this guy is such a hypocrite with him and his wife, but it's all kind of played as this like, isn't this crazy that this happened in Miami? But the story they're telling is so, and like you feel bad for this guy that was like, I was 21 and now like my whole family had to find out about this. He was like, I was stuck like I was like, blackmailed by these people for almost 10 years.
Sure.
To like keep sleeping with his wife. But the music behind it all is like, he's like gonna cry.
God. I thought you were going to say it was like too important. Like the music was too dramatic.
No, like the
Because
music.
I think it kind of just sounds stupid.
I mean, it is when they get to the point is like everything was consensual.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like there's nothing whatever. It's just more like it should be about it is about the hypocrisy of this guy.
Yeah.
But it's played off with such this air of like, this is this crazy story. And it's just like, okay, so everything like they're trying to, every point that they could be trying to make is kind of given this sort of ironic twist of, he's this crazy pool boy and he liked to have kisses with the cougar wife.
Yeah, well, I don't want to step on anyone's toes or retread ground that other people have said, but it is common knowledge that when it comes to sexual impropriety, more than anything, it is the hypocrisy that is the bad part.
That's that's what it was. Just who's the big hit, but then it became about.
I'm kidding.
Trump became president.
It is funny that everything ties back to that guy.
It's so weird, and then it ties into it goes to January 6th,
of course,
as being part of, because Jerry Falwell was on TV saying he's gonna make America great again.
Sure.
It was a weird twist, because I'm like, what does this have to do with?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know all these church people are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good that we're exposing them, but it's it's
sort
not
of
shocking, right?
No, and it's preaching to the choir.
That's the thing.
If you're gonna watch this, it's kind of like the George Carlin stand-up I was talking about the other week, where people are cheering because he's like, and then you've got people that go to church and they're like, oh, and he's like, church is crazy.
Yeah.
But you've been doing this for 50 years. Everyone coming to see you,
we know. Yeah.
they're on your side.
You've weeded out the people that need to hear this message.
So I'm watching this because you kind of know going in what you're getting, and
right.
People that maybe don't want to hear that or say, well, he's just one, they don't want to hear that.
Mm.
And then therefore they don't hear this whole story surrounding it. But check it out.
Yeah, I will have to check that out.
It's a fun time.
Oh, okay. I think we're running out of stories to do docuseries about.
It's because there's been such a big boob.
Yes.
It's like everything is a docuseries. Now, you've already talked about all the craziest stuff. It's like podcasts that go on for how long?
It's 6 years. 3+ years.
When podcasts are like, we're going to talk about cults. That's all we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to get to the boring ones.
Yeah, you're kind of done. But it's like a guy, one guy that maybe tricked one lady into being his wife or something.
I have listened to a show like that, and then it's the host deciding whether or not it's
a cult.
For an hour as I'm just sitting in my desk.
You can just wrap it up. You don't have to keep doing it. But it is interesting. That's how I felt watching the don't pick up the phone thing of I guess maybe people should know about this, but it kind of seems like we've run out of stuff to talk about, and you're stretching this out. This could have been 30 minutes. But
that's the thing with a lot of these, is the stretching out of the story to fill out whatever Netflix thing they got.
Yes, yeah. And we started. You got a second?
For you, I've got 5.
Okay.
Wow.
We started watching this other thing called The Worst Guy on the Internet or something. The Worst Man on the Internet. Something like that. It's on Netflix also. And it's about this guy, Hunter
S. Thompson.
No. God, what's his name? Now I can't even think. But basically the whole premise is everyone loved this website. It was like upallnight.com or something. I can't remember literally any detail, so I'm sorry. But basically the premise is this website was so popular, and the guy running it was this insane megalomaniac ego, just crazy guy who's convincing all these ladies to post their nudes, and he was having people hack into their emails and get their nudes and all of this stuff, and all the people being talked to were like, yeah, he convinced me to put stuff up my butt and stuff, and I didn't want to, but I did it. All this stuff, but I've been alive. It was 10 years ago. I've never heard of any of this stuff.
I'm trying to remember.
And even the graphics that they're showing, people liking it and stuff, there's 20 likes. It's we're done. You haven't uncovered something. This was a specific guy. They're treating it like it's Mark Zuckerberg.
Common knowledge.
Yeah, it's a huge celebrity that was doing this.
Mm.
It's a very specific group of people in a specific region. I feel like that was into this. I've never heard of it. I feel like we would have heard of it.
Was it Are You Up or youup.com or something like that? I've seen
No.
You Up. I think I saw this photo for this.
It.
But yeah, to say then like this is the worst or whatever, the most hated person on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't think that can be true. We have some pretty bad listeners out there.
The most hated man on the internet.
The most hated man on the internet.
Hunter Moore, and his website is Anyone Up.
Anyone Up. Okay.
Yeah. So, and it is, I mean, I think it was the start of the concept of revenge porn as like being a legal term and like actually something you can prosecute against. So that's interesting. But it feels like you're giving so much import to this thing that we don't actually know about. Yeah. So just present it truly. Just be like, this happened. Not many people know about it, but it's actually the start of a much bigger problem.
That's clickbait culture.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Mark, did you see Banshees of Inisherin?
I did.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
Thank you. I watched it this week. A wonderful time. I was told by someone else, you're going to have subtitles on. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
Even when they're saying things like, you fall down the stairs, you put your head, you fall down, you know, you go down for it, and he goes, hey, go to find there, Simon. I just find it all the way to time town.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, well, I get it. Like, I understand the emotions.
Of course.
One guy's mad, the other guy gets glad. Don't get mad, get glad.
I can't watch anything without subtitles.
I know. I thought of you with this poor movie, and I just went, God, he's going to have to use subtitles. But it's a great film. I tried to find 3 Billboards to rewatch just because I love this guy.
Yeah.
Love his movies. I went on I went to find it. You have to rent it. You can't stream it. So I said, that's fine. I was like, you know what? I used to see this at the store. I should have just bought it.
Sure.
So I look it up on bestbuy.com. Nothing. Like I typed in 3 Billboards and it says no results.
Sure.
And I was like, what? So I went to Target, no results. Walmart, no results. And I was like, what the like not even out of stock.
You found out you don't know how to spell billboards.
I thought it was 3 ill orbs.
So confusing. What the movie's actually about.
Couldn't find the movie. I went to Half Price Books. Couldn't find the movie. And then
I'll find it.
The woman with which I live, she's like, so you think like you made this movie up? And I was like, I know the movie exists. Like I haven't been talking. I've seen it multiple times.
Well, that's good for you. You gave Sam Rockwell an Oscar.
I know.
Yeah.
I deserved it.
He did.
He's great. He deserves more.
Okay, last one. I watched Blonde. The movie no one should watch.
It made me cry. It made me cry. I fell asleep crying. I put my little hands over my little head and I cried and cried for Yana.
That's a beautiful film.
It's so beautiful. I cried for how I love the little fetus baby. I haven't seen it.
You watched it? Oh, okay. This movie, Mark, you see that movie?
I have not seen Blonde, no.
Here's the deal. I was such in the mood for old Hollywood after watching Babylon that I was just consuming any old Hollywood stuff I could get my grubby little hands on. So I threw on Blonde, and it's relentlessly depressing. I don't necessarily, I mean, I suppose I have no right to say anything about anything, but it's my podcast, so I don't necessarily understand there's nothing in it that I haven't seen in other movies. I don't quite get the hubbub of like the NC-17 and like the it's just sad. It's sad what the world did to this woman. It's sad what she went through. And it's sad that it's happened to many, many other people that we'll never know about.
Is it a good movie?
Because it's fine. I'm happy to have seen it, I guess, because I don't know much. Like I don't have that much of knowledge of Marilyn Monroe or Norma Jean.
Oh wow, he's learning.
But I guess JFK was a dirty, dirty boy.
Yeah, he liked to wear some normal jeans, if you know what I'm talking about.
So you would.
I want to put on a pair of normal jeans. That's what he would say to a Secret Service agent when
Yeah.
his wife was in the room. You got it, sir. We'll take you to the normal jean room. His wife's like, you're an asshole.
There's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, should it be 3 hours? Of course not.
Are these movies fun that are just relentlessly depressing?
That's the thing. Like, Babylon was great.
Uh-huh.
I loved it. It was 3 hours. It had some down moments of like, oh, that's sad or whatever. But it's fun. The tonal shifts in that movie work so well. It's kind of incredible to me.
Yeah, they're like, Timmy died. And he's like, do the can.
But Blonde is just 3 hours of the world shitting on this woman.
Uh-huh.
And
they kind of tricked you into watching it because all the trailers are like, it's NC-17. And it's like, arrah, 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 arrah. And then she's like, hello, boys. And it's like, do, 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 do. Blonde.
Here's what I will say, though. After watching it for that long of time, and then at the end, they're like, you may like this. And it's like another little docuseries about Marilyn Monroe, like the unheard tapes of Marilyn Monroe or something.
Studs.
Yes.
I don't know. I think you have good ideas.
I just told you to go to the gym for a little bit. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's great. But
I'll check it out.
it's just like, don't therapists all kind of do the same thing? I don't know.
I think on screen they have. He's like, well, I can't
You
actually.
can't, I should watch it.
You gotta
I'll
pay
watch
me.
it. But no, and then I watched the trailer of that, and I was like, in my head, Ana de Armas was Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at the actual Marilyn Monroe. I was like, she doesn't look right. It was just weird because she's on the screen for so much of the 3 hours, like all of it. She's in every scene, and she's great. She's great in it. But it was just a weird thing of like, I think my brain rewired to thinking she's actually Marilyn Monroe.
I've had that with Elvis, and I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I've seen Mr. Butler so often as Elvis where I think that's him now.
You will be remembered, Elvis. Was he? Was
Talking
anyone?
to himself in the mirror.
That was his speech at the Golden Globes or whatever. He was like, "You will be remembered by me." And it's like, I think everyone remembers Elvis. It's one of the most famous men ever.
That's why they made the movie about him. It's like, before I made this movie, I didn't know anything about Elvis or Presley, or frankly, Elvis Presley.
But some might say, before the movie, I had a suspicious mind.
I met his wife and I met his son, daughter, and I said, oh, daughter and wife. I said, I hope you live a long, long time. and I said, this Golden Globe is for me and my management. It's always funny when people get their award and they're crying and they're like, and I gotta thank Brillstein and Company who believed in me.
Yeah.
They got you an audition. Calm down. Mark, let's go out on this.
Yeah.
What's the most depressing movie you've ever seen?
Oh, like that I voluntarily watched?
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Let's do both.
This is a natural twist if I've heard one.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that I was told to watch or had to watch in my junior year of high school. We watched Schindler's List.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, that'll get you.
and then I own the movie Happiness, the Todd Solondz movie. Pretty depressing, kind of mean-spirited, but there's something about it. It's very watchable.
Solange.
Wait, did we ask your favorite depressing movie?
No, just
what's the most?
The most
Gotcha,
depressing,
gotcha,
because I
gotcha.
want to know,
Okay,
much like Blonde, is it worth seeing?
I would say you don't need to see Blonde.
Okay.
Do
Mark?
it- should we see Happiness?
Oh, sure. Yeah, a lot of great actors in that one.
Okay.
I've seen, thank you for asking, the movie Antichrist with Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe and Big Willie.
Truly one of the bleakest.
Sure.
And that's one where I go, it wasn't fun. Like, I will never, ever watch it again.
Right.
It was a good movie, I guess, but it's so dark for almost no reason. It's just depressing.
And is that based on a true story?
I don't know. I would say no because it can't be based on a true story.
Sure. Well, here's my point, because it's circling back to Blonde. Do you guys have a second?
I don't, but
so the big talk of Blonde is that it's exploitative of Marilyn Monroe and of the, I guess, Ana de Armas, who had to act in these scenes. But again, like, I've seen Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
People have been doing this on screen because they believe in the project enough to, like, I don't think Ana de Armas had any
she read the script.
yeah. But anyway, I guess the thing is, like, the people are saying it's exploitative and, like, I guess misogynistic and mean to the legacy of Marilyn Monroe, and just, we don't need to see this. There's no reason to make this movie.
Thought he was just going to keep saying exploitative like it was a new word.
So,
but we do, because people don't know this part of it.
Well,
I guess, right?
That's kind of my point of,
like, you just see pictures of her, like, and she's like a cartoon. That's Betty Boop.
Yeah,
but
that's
you see pictures of people like her having fun, so you think, well, she must have had fun.
Right.
Betty Boop has fun.
Olive oil, little less fun.
Mm-hmm. And then you got freaks now, like Marilyn Manson. Like, that's freaky. Like, you take a pretty lady name, and then this guy that told this little redneck pipsqueak that told people to go to a house and punch someone in the face.
Yeah.
He mashed their names together, and then he covers the Nightmare Before Christmas theme.
Right.
I can't think of anything scarier, so speak on that.
I just think, like, okay, so if I told a fictional story about a woman who went through hell,
that's art.
You would think that that's better? I just don't know anymore. You know what I mean, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Mark, thanks for leaving that voicemail. It's always great to hear a different side of the world. We like to keep things kind of light in here, and kind of when I watch TV, it's things like the Baywatch movie.
Yeah.
With Zac Efron and The Rock.
Yeah.
I kind of like to escape to a world that's almost too bright. You know, where, like, the color grading on the movie is just...
They just kind of bump that saturation knob up past 100.
The suits are red. Let's make them redder. That one lady's eyes are blue. Let's make them so blue that it hurts you.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. But it's always good to hear from our fans that are a little more down to earth and can tell us about their creepy teachers.
Yes. And Mark, I think just regarding the voicemail and some of the stuff that I think is lurking beneath the surface of it, I would say that you should get in touch with someone like a Stutz and just really excavate your true feelings and maybe what did happen or did not happen.
Yes, and it's going to be confusing to our listeners when Landon's offering this advice, and before when he said therapists all do the same thing, and you're about to hear a BetterHelp ad from us where he's going to say something completely different. But just... If watching Stutz, if watching a therapist kind of talk to Jonah Hill about something that none of us have in common with this man, which is being one of the most recognized people on the face of the planet, just go talk to someone else.
Yeah.
There's people in town, I think, they can do it. You don't have to call Stutz. He's probably pretty booked up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stutz. What is Stutz?
You know, his inbox was just full after that.
And he's just like,
I knew I shouldn't
have done that Netflix thing.
Look, I believe in.
Do you think there's other people in
let me say
Hill's
this.
life? Do you think there's
probably,
other people
there are
who are like, hey,
He's
Jonah,
got
I could
friends
really
and
use the bump?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm going to make a documentary about the guy who's never supposed to reveal any information about his patients.
So everything he says, he's like, well, I knew this one guy who said that he...
And I will watch it. I've heard it's life-changing.
I'll watch it.
There's too much stuff to watch is the problem.
And, of course, after Stutz, you can watch the documentary on mozzarella, which is called Mutz.
All right. Mark, do you have any parting words?
No, just great to be back. I appreciate you guys taking the call.
Yep, no
Yeah,
problem.
well, it was a slow week.
Yep.
So,
Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.